I ran some copies of that ordinance 50 I read last week. I don't know if anybody
Yeah,
here.
I'd like it,
Read
yeah.
it.
When you're done, if you could put it on the table, please.
Thank you.
You guys want one?
I call this meeting to order. Let's move. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Meeting on Monday, November 3rd, 2014 at the Silver Lake Township Building. Francis Fruhan called the meeting to order at 7 p.m. and opened with a salute to the flag. The minutes from the October meeting were read and approved on a motion made by Evan Everett and seconded by Francis Fruhan. Treasurer's report was read, approved, and held for audit on motion made by Evan Everett and seconded by Francis Fruhan. Francis Fruhan said there was a correction regarding the Act 14 notice announced at the September regular monthly meeting. Mr. Fruhan inadvertently said that the notice was for a new pipeline paralleling the existing laser midstream pipeline. Francis Fruhan spoke regarding the Williams pipeline personnel who explained it is a resubmission of the application for an existing pipeline that is already installed.
Yeah, it's down in there. Yeah, just wanted to talk to them.
Public comment. Jen Gregory asked if there could be increased police coverage on SR 167 during school bus hours. The vehicle passed a stopped school bus. Vera Scroggins asked when the police are scheduled. Francis Fruhan explained the police schedule allows for as many hours as possible and is not able to release the public schedule. Old business. Francis Fruhan spoke regarding budget resolution 2014-1 for the actual amount of Act 13 money received and spent in 2014. This resolution will replace 2013-4. Still awaiting a bill for the trucking for the Hebe Road project. Budget resolution 2014-2 outlines anticipated Act 13 revenue to be received in 2014, and the anticipated Act 13 expenditure still needs to be finalized. New business. Francis Fruhan spoke to change the date of the December regular monthly meeting from Monday, December 1st to Tuesday, December 2nd at 7 p.m. Evan Everett made a motion to advertise the meeting date change for December. Francis Fruhan seconded, carried. The proposed 2015 budget is nearly prepared. Francis Fruhan explained there will be a couple more work sessions needed. Evan Everett made a motion to advertise for budget work sessions at 7 p.m. on the following Mondays, November 17th and 24th, and to include in the same ad to advertise that the 2015 budget will be presented at the December regular monthly meeting at 7 p.m. The proposed budget will be available for inspection by appointment at the Township Building and posted on the Township website. The budget adoption will be held at a special meeting to be held on Monday, December 29, 2014 at 7 p.m. Francis Fruhan seconded, carried. Francis Fruhan pointed out that no change in millage is expected, including keeping the Act 13 funded real estate tax reduction. Francis Fruhan also said that based on the 2014 millage shift from equipment fund to building fund, he expects the building to be paid off in 2016. The Township Solicitor has drafted a new resolution regarding the establishment of... I'm sorry, what? Ordinance regarding the establishment of the Silver Lake Township Planning Commission. The original ordinance number 6, short title, to create a planning commission and enacted in 1974, is out of date and not in conformance with the current municipal planning code. Additionally, the terms became out of sync when the commission was expanded from 7 to 9 members in 2003 and reduced back to 7 in 2005. It needs to be officially corrected. Other than properly reorganizing the planning commission and straightening out the terms, it does not create any new regulation regarding land use. Francis Fruhan read the proposed ordinance. The solicitor will prepare the advertisement for the proposed ordinance. The proposed ordinance number 50 will be considered for adoption at the December monthly meeting. Francis Fruhan asked if there were any questions or comments from the public. Francis Fruhan made a motion that proposed ordinance number 50 be presented and considered for adoption at the December regular monthly meeting. Emmett Everett seconded, carried. At the last budget work session, it was determined there's approximately $14,000 of debt remaining on the police Tahoe. There's enough of a carryover balance from the 2014 budget to pay off the loan. If we fall short before 2015 revenue comes in, police payroll can be covered by the general fund. Once enough police fund revenue has been received, the general fund can be reimbursed. Francis Fruhan asked if anyone had questions. Emmett Everett made a motion to pay off the loan. Francis Fruhan seconded, carried. Francis Fruhan gave the police report with 17 incidents for the month of October. Emmett Everett gave the road report. Road maintenance is done and crew is getting the equipment ready for winter. Assessment permits, none. Driveway or road crossing permits, none. Emmett Everett made a motion to pay the bills as submitted. Francis Fruhan seconded, carried. As no further business was presented, Francis Fruhan made a motion to adjourn the meeting. Pass along.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as read.
Second.
Yep. Treasurer's report.
Okay. General fund, EFTPS 1,788.77, EFTPS 1,499.95. Those are both payroll taxes. Silver Lake Equipment Fund 913.37, Silver Lake Fire Fund 717.58, Silver Lake Police Fund 1,578.57, Silver Lake Building Fund 313.40, Sandra Brink 350 even, Seth Everett 999.53, Chris Short 946.83, Seth Everett 999.53, Claverack Electric 165.82, Frontier, 317.49, Timothy Berg, 1,086.09, Evan Everett, 1,009.21, Josh Hale, 139.19, Martin Millard, $600.47, Levi Tiffany, 183.27, Guy Singer, 1,629.68, Richard DeLucia, 334.80, Evan Everett, 334.80, Francis Fruhan, 334.80, Richard DeLucia, 107.06, Evan Everett, 1,009.21, Francis Fruhan, 107.06, Martin Millard, 419.13, State Workers Insurance, 775 even, Timothy Berg, 1,086.09, Levi Tiffany, 221.20, Cintas, 263.39, L&D Stoneworks, 53,554.86. Nittany Nova Aggregates, 2,550 even. Kathy O'Reilly, $20 even. Randy Powers Trucking, 1,960 even. Susquehanna Disposal, $60 even. Williams Oil and Propane, 755.40. Martin Millard, 159.24. Anthony Litwin, 349.16. Chris Short, 946.83. That's the last one. Started with a balance of $238,629.77. Receipts at $29,736.88. Disbursements at $87,402.22, leaving a balance of $180,964.43. State funds, Bradco Supply, $5,000 even. Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, $950 even. Five Star Equipment, $1,450 even. Holland Welding, $29.66. Montrose Auto Parts, $27.22. Williams Oil, $1,563.82. Bartron Supply, $1,373.85. And Fleet Pride, $169.17. Started with a balance of $112,014.80. Receipts at $2.94. Disbursements at $10,563.72, leaving a balance of $101,454.02. Police, Frontier, $178.25. Then it's auto repair, $54.99. Silver Lake General Fund, $3,741.40, and Verizon, $95.26. Started with a balance of $86,533.56. Receipts at $1,772.91. Disbursements at $5,348.57, leaving a balance of $82,957.90.
The Tahoe principal payment, is that reflected in there? Or is
That would be on the next one.
Okay,
This only goes up to the day of the meeting.
okay, thanks.
Building fund, People's Security Bank, $1,313.99, and then a transfer from Pliget, 2 Peoples for $4,000. Started with a balance of $26,994.08. Receipts at $117.57. Disbursements at $1,213.99, leaving a balance of $25,920.47. No activity in fire and no activity in equipment.
I'll make a motion to accept the treasurer's report as read.
Second.
All in favor? Correspondence? Okay. No Act 14 notices for new well pads, driveways, or pipelines were received in November. Public comment?
Have you heard anything new on WPX selling their leases? They announced it at the county commissioners meeting this past month that they were selling their leases and they were leaving the Marcellus shale. Do you know anything more about it? Or if
I've just seen articles in the paper. I don't know anything.
they haven't said anything to you if they have a buyer or anything happening with that? And then I wanted to ask about Salt Springs Road. We had a meeting at Salt Springs Park for an event the past month, and there was a family that came in from out of the county, and they took Salt Springs Road, and they mentioned that there were all these potholes and washed out areas, and they bottomed out, they had trouble going up that road. Is there anything we can do, putting up a sign maybe at the beginning of that road for people who are from out of the area, that they don't get their cars even possibly damaged on that road? And why does it still have potholes and difficulty?
I have no idea.
Is that part of Franklin Township, the potholed area, or is that your,
I would assume.
it's not your section then? Because half of it is Silver Lake? Or part,
7/10 of a mile.
7/10 of a mile Silver Lake, so that section's okay, as far as you know? So beyond that, it's Franklin Township.
I assume.
Is there any,
It starts Bridgewater, Silver Lake, and then Franklin, I believe.
oh, so it's 3 different townships on that road. So in the beginning of the sign on 167, that's Bridgewater?
Yeah.
So there's no, is there a way you could put up a sign, or I have to ask Bridgewater to put up a sign saying that?
I'm not gonna put a sign up because I feel our road's passable.
But to indicate that there could be some problems up ahead for people?
Well, why would I put that there's problems up ahead when there's no problems in our township?
Right, there's nothing on your township part, so then I have to ask Bridgewater probably.
Or put a sign in there, the road starts in their township. I don't think we are
Who puts
right
up,
to even do that.
who puts up a sign?
I have no idea.
So maybe ask Bridgewater that they could put up something to warn people, because we've had problems before with it.
Well, why would it be their responsibility to put a sign up for something that is not their problem?
Well,
They work their road every year, the same as we do.
I understand, but the only way of getting in there is 167. You can't like pop in there in the
So it
middle.
would have to be,
Maybe Franklin?
it would have to be Franklin, just like if a road's posted and it's in 2 different townships, the road will be posted by the other township in, and I don't even know what the status of the road is.
Yeah, because I've
I have
been...
no idea.
Oh, okay, so then maybe I can ask Franklin Township if they could do something, because we've had problems before with that road. I've tried it also, it was horrible in that section, like dangerous even. So, yeah, so I wondered about that, what your thoughts were on it.
I don't have any thoughts, I guess. I guess I'd talk to Franklin.
Talk to Franklin, okay.
I mean, I don't
I could
see
try
I
that.
don't see it being Bridgewater's responsibility to put a sign up when they maintain their road.
Right, right, but to indicate something for the people ahead of time. All right, I'll talk to them and see if they're willing to do something.
Okay.
All right. Old business. All right, regarding ordinance 50, that's the planning commission ordinance. The advertisement to present and consider the adoption of ordinance 50 to reorganize the planning commission and to repeal ordinance number 6 to create a planning commission at the December 2nd meeting was not ready in time. So I asked Sandy to run the advertisement prepared by the solicitor that the ordinance be presented and considered for adoption at the Monday, December 29th, 2014 budget adoption special meeting. It's at 7 p.m. The proposed ordinance was read at the last meeting. Copies of the latest version are on the table for anybody who would like to review it. The only change made from the ordinance read at the last meeting is the effective date. It'll be effective 5 days from adoption rather than on January 1st. And if anybody has any questions on that or comment on that, I can field them now. And you're also welcome when we bring it up for adoption at the special meeting to, it'll be up for public comment.
Could you explain, like, what are the differences with this new ordinance compared to the previous one?
You mean the old one, ordinance 6?
Yeah, old one, and now that you have this one, what are some of the changes?
Well, if you read the title, it kind of explains, it's a quite a lengthy title. Ordinance 6 was adopted in the 1970s.
Mm-hmm.
We created the Planning Commission. It's my understanding that there's been numerous revisions to the municipality's planning code, and that's what governs subdivision and land development ordinances and planning commissions. We just wanted to get some things right. We wanted to straighten out the terms. They had gotten out of sync, as we just explained if you listen to the meeting minutes. Mm-hmm. And just to get it up to date. Most of the stuff in there is verbatim, pretty much cut and pasted out of the municipality's planning code. You'll see all the duties and responsibilities of the planning commission in there. That's directly out of the MPC. If you want to read the MPC, that's pretty easy to find online, Googling it.
And how do you, what are the letters you're saying? N what?
Part of the letters.
Yeah, what are those letters you just said you can look up?
Oh, MPC. That's just the acronym for Municipalities Planning Code. Anybody else have questions? Okay. All right, so I guess there's no motion necessary. The ad is run. It'll be run twice. It'll be in the Susquehanna County Independent. And the requested ad was submitted. And we'll bring it up at the special meeting. Okay, 13 related budget resolutions. We did a round last year. Very similar resolutions. I'll read this one. This one's Budget Resolution 2014-1. A resolution providing for supplemental appropriations of actual 2014 Act 13 revenue in the 2014 budget. This revises and replaces Budget Resolution number 2013-4. Appropriations of estimated 2014 Act 13 revenue in the 2014 budget. At the end of last year, we did based on estimates. We're revising the budget to reflect actual figures. I'll skip through some of the whereases that I've read before. Get to the important part. Whereas the township received $322,901.07 and Act 13 of 2012 impact fee revenue from the Commonwealth in July of 2014. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Supervisors of Susquehanna Township the following appropriations for the 2014 budget from these impact fee revenues be made. The $322,901.07 will be shown as revenue under budget line item 355.09. We title that Act 13 revenue. Of this money, $210,658.81 will be appropriated in the 2014 budget. It's authorized by Act 13 for the following breakdown. $100,000 to provide real estate tax reductions. Is authorized by Act 13 of 2012, Section 2314G6 tax reductions, thus reducing budget revenue line item 301.10 real estate taxes current year by $100,000, yielding a calculated 2.03 mil reduction. $110,658.81. This is to 438.25 maintenance and repair road materials for the following items. $10,000 for the purchase of dust controls materials. It's noted that these dust control materials would not be purchased if Act 13 revenue was not available. And $100,658.81 to pay for materials, trucking, fuel, and equipment rental to be used for the reconstruction of approximately 1.5 miles of PB road. And the remaining $112,000, $262.26 to item 492.30, transfer to capital reserve fund to be deposited into the township's Act 13 capital reserve fund. Money taken from the capital reserve fund shall be used only on items authorized by Act 13 of 2012, Section 2314G, use of funds, and is further authorized and regulated by the second-class township code, Section 1508, capital reserves.
That number was 112,242.26. I think you said 262.
Which one's there?
Right here. 112,242.
So it's written correctly, I said it incorrectly?
I believe.
Okay. All right, I'll read it. In the remaining, $112,242.26. That's what's going to the capital reserve. Any questions or comments on this resolution? Okay. I'll make a motion that we adopt this budget resolution. Second. Okay. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Let's start with the first signature. The next budget resolution is 2014-2, a resolution providing for appropriations of estimated 2015 Act 13 revenue in the 2015 budget. This is based on estimated revenue and expenditures. Next year, just like we did that last resolution, we'll have another resolution. Once we have the actual money, it'll revise and replace this. Okay. Whereas the township expects to receive in excess of $250,000 of Act 13 money in July 2015. Therefore, be it resolved that the following appropriations for the 2015 budget from the impact fee revenue to be made. $250,000 or actual amount received will be shown as revenue under budget line item 355.09, Act 13 revenue. Of this revenue, $110,000 will be appropriated in the 2015 budget as authorized by Act 13 for the following. $100,000, essentially the same as I read last time, $100,000 for real estate tax reductions. The next one would be $10,000 to line item 438.25, maintenance and repair of roads. And $10,000 purchase of dust control materials. Again, it is noted that dust control materials would not be purchased if Act 13 revenue was not available. We left a space in case there's any road work done, but right now there's no, I guess you don't have, what would you just say, any plan or figures or anything, so we just left a space so it'll be easy to revise. So right now I just have it as $0 to pay for materials, trucking, fuel, equipment rental will be used for the reconstruction of the township road. And the remaining $140,000 or the balance, the amount actually received, minus the above $110,000 for actual amounts spent to item 492.30, transfer to capital reserve fund. And again, it has the same stipulations as the previous ordinance. Any questions, comments on this one? Okay. Somebody like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Okay. All in favor? Aye. Okay. Hopefully this works better than last year. You have them laid out backwards, Sandy, or I just pull them off?
Can't tell you that.
Okay.
Yes, general fund is definitely on top though.
Page 1 of the general fund.
I think it's focused and.
Okay, I'll have to slide it through. All right, income up top, that's just expected revenue, and that was deducted. And the real estate current year, $100,000 was taken off of Yeah, okay, the previous amount, you know, would have been 244, we have the $100,000 shown on the lot. They all add up. Really, no changes from last year, other than maybe tweaking the current year, prior year, based on the 2014 results. So just minor tweaks on that. Anybody has any questions, just ask. Page 2.
Bless you.
What does that mean, the police payroll is 10.00? What is that?
Sandy just keeps a number in there to keep that line item open. The
Oh,
payroll that's paid after, out of the general fund, so we don't have to do quarterly reporting to the IRS on two different payrolls. And
Oh.
then the police fund reimburses the general fund.
so those aren't actual figures or something?
Well, it's just to keep it, I mean, the money goes out and then comes back in. At the end of the year, it's very close to zero or zero.
And what's the price on recycling? What do you actually pay for when you have 550 there? What is that? And recycling of what? What is that? Where does that go?
Anybody know? Or do we have?
Are you on the income section?
I'm at,
What number?
this could be expenses, it'd be, line item 426.0.
Actually, that's, I think, just part of the garbage.
Like a garbage fee or something?
Yeah.
And then you have also insurance, $46,685. What is that covering, actually? What kind of insurance?
It's all written there. The comp, last year we had last year.
Oh, workers' comp, all of that is added up, I see.
That's our comp, that's also for the fire company and ambulance squad.
Okay, so you have like a
Our comp.
1, 2, 3, 4, 7 different insurance payments.
Yeah, that's how it's broken down by the insurance company. The top one's actually through the state insurance fund, the rest are other various insurers.
Does that include medical insurance too?
That's a different line item, I believe.
Yeah, it's right down below.
Oh, I see, health insurance is below that at 15,000? Under employee benefits?
Yep, that's it. state funds all liquid fuels money that we get from the state based on our share of fuel taxes.
So you're getting that as actual revenue then, 93,792 liquid fuels fund?
Is that an exact on what we're gonna get, an estimate? They give us a pretty,
That's an estimate.
That's an estimate? And then that goes into where, the general fund, or where's that?
that's a separate fund. There's special restrictions on how that money can be spent, so
Oh.
that's why it's kept in a separate fund,
Oh,
so it can account for it. And we're audited on this.
do you get audited like every year? And who is your accountant? Who do you use for it?
The
You,
Attorney General's office comes in to do the audit.
they do? And then who do you use as an accountant? Do you have a special accountant to oversee any of
We're
these?
elected auditors.
So don't move yet, I just want to copy it, I didn't go through the whole thing here. Repair equipment, repair maintenance to roads. Is that your final sheet? Or do you have more?
No, this is a short one. Most of them are one sheeters, except the journal. Okay?
Okay.
Police fund, pretty much identical to last year, minor tweaks based on expenses, actual auto insurance bills.
Now this is what you said, the police one?
Police fund.
Okay, because I didn't see that top part.
Yep. And,
Police department, okay.
The only real change is you'll see the loans, where we had loan money before. That money is taken out, and it's going to be for, where's the capital reserve transfer?
One of them, 492.30.
Yeah, there we go. You see right on the bottom of the screen, it says 492.30 police car capital reserve. So any money that we were paying, you know, a note on, since the cars were paid off via a motion last meeting, we're taking that amount of money and putting it into a capital reserve so we can start saving for when we need a car in the future. And hopefully, loan will be minimal or nothing.
And can you pull it all the way up? Let's see what the bottom is.
Yep.
Yeah, total expenses, payroll expenses, and then total expense. And we have how many employees at this time in the police department?
3.
Which means full and part-time. There are how many fulls
1.
and then 2 part-times?
Yep. Okay. Equipment fund. Last year, at least during our end of 2013 during our work sessions, how long ago we did do that millage transfer? I just mentioned it. Was yesterday, last year, our first year, 2013, we did it? Whatever, a few years ago, the equipment got paid off, all our equipment loans got paid off, so we took a big chunk of that money and switched the millage. We lowered the equipment fund millage, and that exact amount we put into the building fund, so we could pay the building officer. So that's why you can see that but we left a little in there, but it's a pretty small amount. When the building's paid off, we'll swap the millages back around, and this fund will go up.
When do you expect the building fund to be paid off? You mentioned that sometime. What was the month and year?
It's in the minutes, last monthly meeting.
2016, I believe, I said.
2016?
There's not a set date. It's
No, just sometime during that year when we get enough checks are written. That's if all things go according to plan. All right, this is the building fund. And, you know, we got a pretty nice amount we're able to apply to principal. And that's where we're going to be able to pay it off in just a couple of years instead of 15 years. I think it was originally a 15-year loan. Last one is the fire fund. That goes to the fire and emergency squad. Whatever comes in goes out. Pretty much soon you get it. Minus tax collecting commission. We'll get these posted online too. People can look at them online. Are there any questions about the budget? And then we're going to make a, get a motion, another motion. I was reviewing last year's agenda. We had advertised the budget in December. Last month we advertised the budget. We made a motion in November. I would just like to advertise it again since we have to run an ad for our organizational meeting. And just probably add a couple lines. It shouldn't add much cost at all. So I just kind of be consistent with last year also. So I'll kind of read this out here. All right, budget being presented, I would like to make a motion to advertise again the 2015 budget for public inspection and for a special meeting to be held on Monday, December 29th, 2014 at 7 p.m. for adoption of the 2015 budget. And also, and that will be run with the next meeting too. So also the reorganizational meeting will be held Monday. I'd like to make a motion to advertise for this. Reorganizational meeting will be held Monday, January 5th, 2015 at 7 p.m. to be immediately followed by the regular monthly meeting of the Silver Lake Township Board of Supervisors. So I'll make a motion that we advertise both of these meetings. One is the budget adoption meeting on December 29th and the reorganizational meeting on January 5th, 2015, the same advertisement. Have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay.
And what newspaper are you using?
Susquehanna County Independent. That should be in there. Anybody else? Okay. All in favor? Aye. Okay. Yeah, this meeting slot, we're going to share it with the, for presenting and considering adoption of that ordinance 50. So they'll both be done at the same special meeting on December 29th. Okay, police report. There were 20 incidents for the month of December.
November.
Yeah, all right, sorry about that. November. Okay, other reports?
Last month we completed some of our ditch our ditch work and started our winter maintenance program. That's all I have for the road report.
Announcements, assessment permits. We had one for Friarman, I don't know if that's spelling's correct.
No, I do that.
If it's not correct, you can just check it out, Sandy, and make sure it's properly spelled, what I think it is. One for Friarman for a recreational cabin at Cranberry Lake, and one for Zayak for a recreational cabin at Quaker Lake. Driveway or road crossing permits, nothing. Okay. Have a motion to pay the bills.
I'll make a motion to pay those.
Second. Anybody? Okay. All in favor? Aye? Aye. Opposed? Okay. I'll make a motion to adjourn. Okay. All in favor? Aye. Aye.
We messed around, I messed
Yeah, I'm
around
just curious
Sunday.
why-
with
We
it.
only had 4 people in the public audience tonight. The roads were snowy,
We thought it was pretty good, didn't we, Evan?
weather wasn't too good.
Wall.
And
Yeah.
here's the police report.
Is this, you taking this with you?
Yeah.
It's not a donation?
No.
Oh, man, this is,
Where's that from?
huh? My mom's.
So,
Jesus, we have
That's, hold on, hold
I
on.
have to show my slides to captive audiences, you know?
it's pretty when we have something like that, I don't even know it. It shows you how much crap we have.
There's a repair bill too that.
Oh, you do? Yeah.
Well, it's yours now, you have a significant investment, so.